Once there was a beggar who lived at a city train station. Every day he filled his stomach by asking passengers for alms as they passed by. One day, while he was begging, he noticed a tall man in a suit walking past. The beggar thought, "He looks very rich. If I ask him, he might give me a good amount." So, he approached the man. The tall man looked at him and asked, "You're always begging. Do you ever give anything to anyone?" The beggar felt a little embarrassed and replied, "Sir, I'm a beggar. I always ask. I don't have anything to give anyone." The man shook his head and said, "If you can't give anything, then you have no right to ask. I'm a businessman. I believe in trade. If you have something to give me, only then I can give you something in return." After saying this, the tall man boarded his train and left. The beggar sat there, thinking about the man's words. Those words sank deep into his heart. He thought, "Maybe I don't get much money because I can't give anything in return. But I'm a beggar. How can I give anything?" He thought for a long time and finally made a decision. He decided that whoever gave him alms, he would give something back in return. But then another question came to his mind. "I'm a beggar. What can I give to people in return for their money?" 2 days passed, and he still had no answer. On the third day, while sitting near the station, he noticed some flowers blooming on the plants nearby. A thought came to him. Why not give flowers to people in return for their alms? He liked the idea. He picked some flowers and went to beg as usual. Whenever someone gave him money, he gave them a flower in return. People were happy to receive the flowers and kept them with care. Soon, the beggar started doing this every day. He picked flowers and gave them in exchange for alms. Slowly, he noticed that more and more people were giving him money. He would collect flowers from all the plants near the station. As long as he had flowers, people gave him money. But when he ran out of flowers, no one gave him anything. One day, while he was begging, he saw the same tall man in the train again, the one who had given him the advice. The beggar ran to him and said, "Sir, today I have something to give you. Please give me alms, and I will give you a flower in return." The tall man smiled and gave him some money. The beggar gave him a flower. The man said, "Wow, today you've become a businessman, just like me." The beggar felt a warm happiness inside. The man's words sank into his heart again. He realized that he had found the key to success, something that could change his life. He got off the train and shouted to the sky, "I am not a beggar. I am a businessman. I can become rich." People watching him thought he had gone mad. From the next day, the beggar never appeared at the station again. 6 months later, at the same station, 2 men in suits were traveling by train. They met each other and shook hands. "Do you remember me?" one asked. "No, I think this is our first meeting," said the other. The first man smiled and said, "No, remember, we've met twice before." The second man looked confused. "When?" The first man explained, "The first time, I told you I didn't know what to do in life. The second time, I realized who I really am. I'm the beggar you met before." The second man smiled and said in surprise, "Oh yes, I remember. You were the beggar I refused to give alms to the first time. The second time I bought flowers from you. But now, where are you going in a suit? What are you doing?" The first man said, "Yes, I was the beggar. But today, I am a successful flower businessman. I am traveling to another city for my business. You taught me the rule of nature. We receive only when we give. That rule really works. I used to think of myself as just a beggar. But after meeting you, I realized I am a small businessman. People gave me money not as alms, but to pay for my flowers. My flowers were cheap and people loved them. That's how I became a businessman." Both men smiled and continued their journey, talking about business and life. The story teaches us an important lesson. The tall man knew the rule of give and take, which all successful people follow. The beggar learned this rule, changed his thinking, and changed his life. If we change our thinking, we can achieve anything. If we see ourselves as small and powerless, we will always stay small. To succeed, we must think big, value ourselves, and take action. Success starts in the mind.